Good morning, students. Welcome to St. Peter's School. I am your science teacher, and this is our second class. In previous class, we studied about the chapter food and what are its sources. Let's revisit to those point again that food is the fuel of life. As I have already explained to you that how food act as a fuel for our life, because food provides us energy so that we can understand we can do our work to do it provides us energy to do work. So, in the same way, like if your vehicle has no fuel, it is not able to start also. So in the same way, food is also dependent. Sorry, we are also dependent on the food because food consists of different types of nutrition which provides energy to our bodies to work. So if we don't eat food, we are not able to stand also. So in this it means that without food humans cannot survive. So it is important for us to know where our food actually comes from. Well, there are two sources of food: plants and animals. All of the food we eat comes from either of these two, that is plants and animals. And much of the food we eat comes from plants, trees, crops, bushes, leaves, and sometimes even roots. So to understand it in a detailed form, first of all, let's have a look on plant parts. Why we have to do this? Because let me tell you that whatever plant provides us food is itself a part of plant only. So to understand this, first of all, we should understand what are the part of plants. So the plant students plant is mainly divided into two parts: shoot system and root system. Shoot system consists of flowers, fruits, stems, leaf, bud, node, internode. So all the aerial parts are comes under the shoot system. Aerial parts means that all the parts which lies in the air is known as aerial parts, and all the parts which is inside the soil is known as the embedded parts. That is also known as root system. Root system is mainly divided into two parts: primary root and secondary root. Now what is primary root? Primary root are those root which comes from main stem, is known as primary root, while secondary roots comes out of secondary root comes out of primary roots. So it is known as secondary root and there is a primary root. In when you will look at in the shoot system, there is a flower, fruit, stem, leaf, and bud. Here is more two points is written: node and internode. So what is node and internode? Let's see us. Plant is divided into mainly two parts: root system, shoot system. I already told you. Root system consists of mainly roots, primary roots, secondary roots, and soils. Shoot system consists of flower, fruits, stem, leaf, bud. Now, what is node and internode? Node is a part of the plant. Node is the part of the plant stem where the flowers, branches, and the leaves first start to grow. So, what do you mean? That from on the node is that particular part from where the leaf arises, or the flower arises, or the branches arises. That particular point of the stem is known as a node. Let's have a look. Look here. So from here leaf arises, so this point particular point is known as node. And what is internode? So it is a distance between two specific node is known as internode. So the reasons, internodes are the reasons between two nodes. Now plant parts and animal products as a food. Now, the various parts of plants which are used as a food materials by us are roots, stems, leaves, flowers, fruits, seeds. Now, how it occurs, we will understand it in a better way further. Another such example of food from the plants are crops. Now, what is crops? Okay, the crops like rice, wheat, maize, millets, barley, etc., which are seeds of the crops of the plant. The plant, that type of plant whose seeds we used to eat, that types of plants are grown in a specific area, and then that process is known as agriculture, and the product is known as the crops. For example, wheat, rice is the seed of their plant. Most of the time rice is grown in a specific area, and that product is known as a crops. So few more examples of plant parts we eat are fruits. Fruits. How fruits? Yes, fruits is very natural. Apple we eat, oranges we eat, bananas we eat, mangoes we eat, and these all the foods are known by the name fruits. Leaves. Which type of food we eat as in the form of leaves? Spinach, coriander, kale, lettuce. So these are kale is a type of kale and is the type of leaf we use in our making during the food we use in this type of leaf. And all these leaves we eat we add in our daily life, like spinach we used to spinach is very healthy for our body. So spinach is in which form? It's in a leafy form. So what we can say that we eat the leaf of the plant. Root, which in which form we do eat root? Potato, carrots, turnips. So potato, carrots, and turnips. These all are the foods which we use in our daily life. Seeds, yes, in the form of seeds we eat rice, wheat, maize, nuts. Nuts. There are different types of nuts: peanuts, almonds, and etc. Now mustard plants. Mustard plants have two edible parts. There's some types of plants like this also from which plant we eat more than one parts. For example, mustard plants. Mustard plants have two edible parts. Leaves. Leaves are used as a leafy vegetables. Seeds. Seeds of mustard plants are used to extract the mustard oil. Okay, so have you understand this that mustard have two edible parts? Its leaves are used as a leafy vegetables and seeds we use to extract the mustard oil. There, another example I have given you the fruit of banana plants. Banana plants are used as a food, and the flowers of the banana plant are also used as a food in the form of vegetables. You can ask your mom, like sometimes I think you have also seen sometimes we eat raw banana as our vegetables, and banana as a fruit also. And so in the various parts we can we in banana plants we eat we used to eat various parts of banana plants. Now here is one activity for you: sprouts. What is this sprouts? First of all, understand this. What is the sprouts? When the seeds begins to grow by developing tiny roots, they are called sprouts. What happened when you soak the seeds and you will wait for some time? What you will see, a little structure started coming out of it. So that type of seeds are known as sprouts. You can do this home activity at your home. I have given you some steps how to make sprouts. The method of making sprouts from the seeds are called sprouting. Okay, so this method is known as sprouting. Let's do this activity of making sprouts at your home following other steps I have given you. Some dry seeds of moong or chana or any moth and any whatever you like, whatever seeds sprouts you like, you can take that particular seed. Put a small quantity of seeds in a container filled with water and leave aside for a day. What you will do? You will take some quantity of seeds in a bowl, any container, and fill it with water for a day. Next day, drain the water completely and leave the seed in the vessel only. What you will do? Now drain the water completely and keep it aside for a day. And or if possible, wrap those seeds in a cotton cloth. So what you will see that a white structure may have grown out of seed. This is called sprout. So after a day you will see that from the seeds small white structure started to grow, and that is only called the sprout. If it happens not in a day, you can wait for another day, it will definitely comes out. So if you are going to do this, please do it at your home and click a picture and send me on my WhatsApp group. Now we will study about animals as a source of food. As I have already told you, there are two types of sources of the foods: plants and animals. So most of the foods are also we obtain from animals. For example, fish, chicken, eggs, oil, ghee, etc. And also the all the dairy products like milk, curd, cream, cheese, butter, eggs, etc. So these are also the sources of food we get from animals. How this milk, curd, cream, cheese is the product of animal? As because these all are made up of milk, and milk we obtain from cows and buffalo or goats. So all of these are made from milk and eggs, which comes from animals such as cows, buffaloes, goats, and etc. Now honey is also the another food we get from animals, and the animal is known as honeybee. So do you know honey is honey we get from honeybee? Yes, we all know that honey we get from honeybee. But did you know that from where honeybee got those honey? Yes, honeybee got those honey from flowers. Flower, what they do, honeybees sit on the flower, they extract the flower juice that is called nectar, and as the flower comes after a year, so they want to store those nectar for a year for their like in daily feeding. So what they do, they comes in a group, make a honeycomb, and they want to store those flowers nectar in a particular area, and that is called honeycomb. But what we people used to this, we also like those honey, so we extract honey from those honeycombs, so we say that we got honey from honeybees. Now uh, now let's move forward. What do animals eat? As I've already told you in the starting chapter, that we will also study about this the type of organism on the basis of their food habits. Now, what is food habits? Different animals, different organism had different food habits. So animals that eat only plants or the plant products are called herbivores. They are such organisms who only dependent on leafy vegetables or leafy parts of plants, or plants is known as herbivores. But there are also some animals which eat which eat other animals, which are totally dependent on other animals, are known as carnivores. And finally, there are some animals also that eat both plants and animals. These are called omnivores. I have given you a table with a few example for herbivores, omnivores, carnivores. Let's have a look on this table. Buffalo. What do buffalo use to eat? Grass, hay, and grains. So these all are the part of plants. So buffalo or the cow is considered as a herbivorous organism. Cat. What do cat eat? Small animals, birds, milk, or sometimes they also eat bread and anything else. So cat will be considered as the cat eats both animals and both plant products. So cat will be considered as a omnivorous. Rat. Rat. What do rat eats? Small insects, flesh, or we also know that rat also like to eat bread or cheese. So they eat both animals and the plant products. So rat will be considered as a omnivorous. Lion, as we all know, lion and tiger both are totally dependent on another other small animal, so they are considered as a carnivorous. They don't eat plant products; they only eat animal products, so they are carnivorous. Spider eat small insects and flesh, so spider is also a type of carnivorous animal because they are also dependent on small insects only. House lizard. House lizard used to eat insects, so they are also considered as a carnivorous because they are also totally dependent on other small animals. They also eat only animals, so they are also considered as a carnivorous. Now human beings, we human beings eat? Yes, most of the human beings eat both vegetables and animals. There are also some human which who either eat vegetables or either eat vegetables only, which who are known as vegetarian. But they are most of the human beings commonly have seen that they are eating both vegetables and animals, so human beings are commonly considered as a omnivorous. Butterfly, what butterfly eat? As I've already told you, butterfly, honeybees, these all are organisms which are totally dependent on the nectar of flower or the flower juice. So then they will be considered as a herbivorous organism. Eagle also eat the small animals, so it will be also considered as a carnivore. So there are a few examples only I have given you. There are lots of animals which can be differentiated on the basis of their food habits. So you can search for the more examples, and you can know me also. You let me know if you have any other examples. Now, this is just a conclusion of the chapter what we have studied in this chapter. Food is the basic requirement of our life and its sources. Yes, food is the basic requirement of our life. We understood this. And what are its sources? Its sources was plants and animals. Plants parts, root. The plant parts which we eat is root, leaves, stems, fruits, seeds, flowers, and the animal products which we usually eat is milk, meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and etc. So, and the organism which are totally dependent on these products only is known as herbivorous, and the organism which is totally dependent on this type of organism like meat, fish, egg, so flesh, so they are considered as a carnivorous, while the organism that eat both like us are considered as a omnivorous. So that's all we have to study in this chapter. In next session we will discuss about the questions around about in this chapter. If you have any question from your side, you can send me a WhatsApp, or in next session we will discuss about your question. Thank you. Bye.